What is up, you guys? Your boy Plus coming at you with a brand new video for your face. We're going to be looking at the latest update from FIFA, from EA Sports on the FIFA 19 series. This is the update dated the 11th of the 12th, 2008. This is unedited, so you guys can see that there is no cuts. The most important thing here for you guys to understand is we're trying to show you how this update basically looks, feels, and plays from my perception. Of course, you might notice that it plays differently, but the most important thing is how I perceive it, and I want to share that with you so you can basically give feedback on how you perceive it as well. If you do like these videos, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's very important that you do like the video, and of course, very important that you do subscribe. Forget all the pitch notes nonsense. It just says gameplay. They're claiming that they've made changes to the effectiveness of first-time finesse shots, where the lateral ball velocity is very high. So obviously, if you're passing the ball into someone's feet, they get the ball, they kick it, and it's very high, blah, blah, blah. Now, reading through this, basically, you could see they're generally trying to say that between 90 degrees and 270 degrees, when the ball's coming into a player's foot, that obviously there was an effectiveness when the player kicked the ball. Is this something that is going to continually be effective going forward? Of course, as you guys know, with EA upgrades, updates, things like that, I don't know how to say it. Sometimes they're not effective. Now, going through all of this, they said that they've reduced the likelihood that a goal kick that is being aimed near the receiving player will go into empty space. In a goal kick situation, defending center backs will now be positioned closer together. In a goal kick situation where the ball will be contested by both an attacking player and a defending player, the defending player will be more likely to move towards the landing location of the ball. The ball will now stay closer to the dribbling player's foot when executing the elastico skill move. Address the issues when playing a match while locked to a player. During a corner kick situation, it was possible to knock the ball out of the goalkeeper's hands into the net. This just shouldn't be possible, but anyway, I don't know. Let's get past this. So basically what they're saying is they're nerfing finesse shots. They're sorting out the goal kick problems. And this, they've said here, it's possible to knock the ball off the corner kick spot by running towards the corner and pressing the D-pad to execute a user-controlled reaction. Okay. Situations where an attacking player was able to crash into the goalkeeper into the net while they're holding the ball, and that results in an own goal. This situation would now result in a foul. Okay, and the goal being disallowed. They address the issues of viewing the roles tab in Team Management screen via the pause button, pause menu in foot offline mode. Okay. That's one that throws me a little bit. Let me get a cookie right here. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. So sometimes players were able to add both a normal player and a concept player into the squad of the same player. Ah, right. Okay, I get this. Okay, so now it basically would like become an error message. I think a lot of this pro club stuff really doesn't matter. I think that this is just stuff that's not really relevant because how many people really play this mode? But it's good for those of you that actually want to see this to see this. So this is a console update. Normally EA releases an update into the game in two ways. They'll release the first update to the PC, and after that they'll release the update to the console. The problem with this update is that I've heard feedback from a lot of people saying that shooting basically is still not nerfed. And we're going to try it out in the game right now. And you guys are going to be surprised with the results of this game. Because I could definitely swear that from what I understand, this game is a project. It is very important for a lot of you guys to understand this game is a project. It is a project that you're paying for as the team builds on the project. And I'm paying for this project as the team builds on this project. But the truth is, this game, it may never be fixed. It may never be fixed because there are key elements to this game that I think, as a development studio, EA might not be able to fix. There is just no hope for it. But that's my view on it. I don't know what yours is, but my view is that there's key elements to this game that I think EA will never be able to fix because the problems are just so bad that it's almost impossible to imagine EA to be able to fix some of these problems. Anyway, moving forward, I'm going to show you guys the game that we're about to play right now, and it is just something else. So you see I'm still in the poor man to glory kind of series. Playing my squad battles. I'm going to play another 4 games today. I tried to play ultimate difficulty. I lost that. Very disappointed. So I still got to use Italian players, one Italian striker, just to get the objective sorted out, to get that parole. So here we go. We go into division rivals. We're going to play a game. Got that weekly, rank 1 sorted out already. I don't really need to play this with my team. We got a little bit of fitness. I'm not going to waste fitness, squad fitness on this. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to do my thing. So I get ranked up with a guy. I like to think this guy is probably an EA employee because I've seen this guy a few times and I've got to say he's definitely from the States and there's definitely something a little bit off about the way his team plays. It plays very interestingly and you'll see what I mean in the game. So you can see his goalkeeper. You can see he's got Chiellini, Manolas. You can see that he's got a decent team. His team's not bad. It's not bad. He looks like a decent player. But it's the things that happen in game that, sometimes people complain about this game, and I like to think, you're just complaining. But no, this game shows you that, I don't know. I'm sure this guy is from the States because you can just tell, his connection and the way that we were playing. So you can see I start the game off by already playing him, off the pitch. I get a chance, I shoot, nothing happens, the player is not that great. I tackle him, tackle doesn't go in, I head the ball, it gets straight to his player. He passes the ball, it goes through me. Now this is the thing that gets me. Okay, so I know that I need to defend better. I can see that the 3 defenders in my back line, they keep on, the 2 defenders in the back, they move out. Now I've got these 2 defenders and stay back whilst defending. The point is, why do those 2 defenders move back? Why do they move forward, to step out of position? And the sprite collision, you can see the sprite collision, he always seems to get the ball. When I'm, if I'm passing the ball and it goes towards his player, the ball will not go through his defenders or his defending player. But watch my players, 99% of the time, when he passes the ball, you see that? Look at that. You saw that I got the ball right there. Okay, I came from behind. I tackled the player. I did get the ball. But for some reason, the sprite collision just made it that we both ran into each other, which doesn't make any sense. So he scores the penalty. I don't know. I wasn't focused when this happened. I wasn't really focused. I was kind of I had to pause the game to get some stuff done. I picked up a phone call and I had to basically address that. So I'm sat here and I'm thinking, okay, so I got to change Fred. Normally I always take Fred out. I put him in there for the chemistry. I got to take him out, put somebody else in there. I drop Pato in there. And then at halftime I put Sturridge in and then put Pato up top if we've scored a goal with Sanson. So in this game, you're going to see a lot of goals. And you're going to understand something that I don't get what's the point of the update that EA did if you can still do the following things that you'll see in this game. The first time shots, everything, you'll just see and you'll be stunned. So here comes the first, that's the first shot. I'm like, okay, well, so maybe they might have fixed something, no problem. Or maybe it's just the server's just saying no to me because, the server doesn't like me. So he passes the ball. And there's one thing I've noticed in FIFA. You can have the worst connection, and you could be the worst player at FIFA, and you will win every game because for some reason, if you're playing away from home, there is a compensation lag, I like to call it. It's like a compensation lag to compensate for the fact that the guy who's playing away from home pretty much doesn't have a good um, connection between him, the server, and you. As a result of that, there is like a compensation lag that you get to slow you down a little bit. And I always call this the shooting, which is parachuting. But I call it shooting because I think like it's that feeling like when you're running that something's holding you back. Like, you know, sometimes football players, they run with those tiny parachutes, and that basically it gives them wind resistance so that they can run faster. And I find that that's what happens in this game. So you're gonna watch this game and you're gonna think, oh well, plus there's nothing heavy that's happened that, you know, quite massive. It's pretty much just the same thing. You know, you're just playing terrible and you passing the ball to his players because you're not used to the formation yet. Because I've just changed to this formation, which is true. But the passes and the accuracy of the passes just doesn't feel right. Like the sprite collision for his players seems excessive. Like he seems to get that extra, like rub of the green, you know, like he gets that extra bit every time the ball comes to his players. He can do a pass that will go through my players' sprites. I can do a pass and it will hit his player all the time. So you can see the first time shot right there with mine going. It goes over the bar. Everything's looking okay here. But the game just kind of, okay, so this is where I make like a really, like, seriously stupid mistake. I'm like on the phone, like I said to you guys. So obviously that mistake is expected. You know, like when someone's taking your attention, you can't focus, you don't know what you're doing, you just do a stupid thing. But then the game explodes into madness. So that's the first save. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, they haven't had much to shout about. Desperately need something to happen here, though, or else I can't see him getting back into it.
Try to do a cross, doesn't work out. He gets the ball. You guys can see that. Okay. So here we go. Okay, so I tackle. He carries on, and he shoots, and he scores. So I'm like, okay. So that ball into feet, and then shoot, it still works. Now, obviously, you guys can see that the ball doesn't come into his feet exceptionally fast. You know, so he doesn't turn, shoot, and it just goes into the net. But it's still the same finesse goal. There's no nerf to this. It's still the same, exactly the same crap. It's just the packaging is slightly different, but it's still the same thing. There's no difference to it. So at this point, you guys are probably thinking, well, plus, you know, this is about time where you quit. You know, this guy's got you right here. He's got you. It's 4-0. You'd be right. So at 35 minutes gone, 2 long shots, penalty kick because of my like absolute ignorance. Pass back to from the goalkeeper. We've conceded 4 goals in 35 minutes. I mean, this is about a time where you normally press that start button and you go ahead and go, well, it's time to quit. Okay, so I start playing. I go, okay, right, I'm not going to lose to this guy. You know, he doesn't feel like a good player, and you'll see that in the way he plays. I mean, you can see it clearly in the way he's playing. There is no mistaking that he's not a good player. But there we go, we get 1 goal back. You can tell that he starts scratching himself in different places. He knows something's up. He thinks, whoa. And if you look at the type of goals that are being scored, you realize something really quick. They're all long shot goals, most of them, and 2 errors from the goalkeeper. And in most cases, the ball is going past the goalkeeper. It's like these long shot goals, they go in. Now, EA, I get it. You want to get goals being scored, but this is not the way. And if you're not going to fix this shooting simulator that you pretty much have here, it's never going to be... This game is never going to be like it. You know, you want to say the game's not going to be good, but that's not true because we're playing the game. You want to say the game's not going to be successful, but that's not true because we're playing the game. So what's the motivation for EA to fix it? Because if they fix it, maybe we might not like it. I don't know, because that's the bit that confuses me. I'm with most of you guys on this. I think that this game needs serious, like, it needs holy water on it or something. They need to pray for this game because this game is messed up. But at the same time, I feel like maybe I'm frustrated playing this game. It doesn't mean that the game is messed up. I'm kind of like on two minds about this. I don't know about you guys. I want to know what you think. But from my perspective, I feel like, this game just, it's lacking. Now, this guy, he was a cheesecake factory, and you guys know what I mean. Like, this guy is just cheesy. He plays crappy. He's like one of the worst players that you'll ever play on weekend league, because it's like you know that he's going to beat you, but at the same time, it's like you also know that he's not as good enough that he should be to beat you. Now, there's also another glitch at the end of this game that you guys are going to see that's going to make no sense again. So this is the game. I had a shot on target, so the first goal that I scored counted as a shot on target. This guy had 5 shots on target, and he scored 4 goals. I had 1 shot on target, and I scored 1 goal. So that's interesting right there. I had 46% possession, did a decent amount of tackling. Passing accuracy, as I told you guys, was really bad. But my shooting accuracy, 33%, 1 out of 3. That's not bad. Okay. Then we go again. It's the second half of this game that really does get you. Watch with me. I'm gonna have another cookie.
Well, we wait to see what the second half brings. The first half was conclusive, but you don't win the game at half-time. Looking for an opening with some good controlled build-up. Back at you. And now the shot! Well, the hands that didn't look so secure look a bit safer now.
I know what a lot of you guys are going to say. Oh, plus you're rushing your shots. You're rushing. I know already. Come on.
Mario Götze.
I was frustrated. It's 4-1.
Well, it is
of course I'm frustrated.
And they're excited by this. It's a real chance to at least work the goalkeeper.
My team just didn't know how to play.
Why not? Great chance to get his name on the score sheet.
So he's got only 3 defenders in the back. He sent everybody up top. I don't know how he does that without losing all the stamina. Look at my stamina. Look at his stamina. I'm not playing with constant pressure, as you guys can see, but look at my stamina. It's like someone needs to explain to me why my stamina is so low. Now, that's the thing that I never get. I never get why when I'm playing at home, my stamina just depletes on its own. So there's definitely got to be a stamina bug in here somewhere, because I'm not playing with constant pressure. There is no explanation to this. The stamina. Look at Sane's stamina. Look at Pato's stamina, and he came off the bench. So, again, Sansu, he's been on the pitch since the start of the game. He also has dropped back to the defense sometimes, or stay up front. I don't know, but you've got to explain why all my players are like dead on their feet. They haven't done anything this game. In fact, they've conceded 4 goals. They haven't done much. And here we go with a long shot. Keeper barely gets to that, and you can see that he just about gets to it. He barely got to it. It's like the game wants me to lose, and all the passes that I make, they're just like almost like heavy passes. So look at Pato's stamina. Pato is dead. I mean, you can't deny Pato is dead. Look at his stamina. It's like it's finished. He passes the ball finally, and then like I get to the front of his goal, and the pass just will not go in the right direction. So at this point, I'm thinking, whoa, I've definitely lost this game, but I feel like I can beat. Like, this is one of those annoying games. You feel like you can beat the player, but then you're losing, and you just can't explain this. And that's a first-time shot, and you guys see that? It goes straight in. So I'm thinking, hold on a second. So what? Is this how we have to play the game now? Like, every time we get the ball, we just shoot? Is this why competitive FIFA is so, like, repetitive? People play the same thing over and over again because that's what it takes. You know, if you're playing a stuck-in-the-mud game like this, you can't do anything about it. You literally, when your striker gets the ball, you have to shoot. So if you're playing shooting simulator, you're okay. Look at that. That's it. So he runs around the circle and shoots. At this point, I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Jadon Sancho on for like Lucas. Lucas is dead on his feet. 65 minutes, guys. My defenders, my strikers, my midfielders, everybody is dead on their feet. 65 minutes into the game. Look at this. And I'm not using constant pressure. So somebody's got to explain this to me. Even my defenders are like dead on their feet. His players they're not breaking a sweat. His players don't have any sweat. They don't have any, like, someone has to explain this to me, because either I'm doing something wrong or this game is not working how it should. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, plus, why do you think the game isn't? Well, dude, I'm going to make it simple to you. I've worked in development. I've seen where developers have told me that if you press this, this, and this should happen. And guess what? I press this, this, and this doesn't happen. And when it doesn't happen, I say to the developers, no, this didn't happen. They're like, well, I did software testing on one of the, like, big football simulation games previously, and I can tell you guys there's a lot of stuff that doesn't happen. Developers are not 100% accurate all the time. They code things, but it doesn't always work the way that they want it to. And people have to understand, when that happens, it's real. It can happen. It's not, nobody's criticizing the EA developers, but at the end of the day, there's different teams that have worked on this game for over 20 years. So you've got to look at that, and you've got to realize that that's a thing, like, there's different teams that have worked on this game for over, like, near enough 20 years. So it's okay for the game not to be fantastic. It's okay for some stuff not to work, and sometimes you can have a system, an engine is not working how it should, and the cost of simply just taking that engine and breaking it down from scratch and bringing it back, from 0 to 100 yen, is probably not logical for the team. And as a result of that, they don't want to spend that amount of money or that investment in the game. Now, look at the comparison between my player's fitness and his player's fitness, and that tells you something. Look at that again. Long shot, no passing required. Just get the ball in a specific position and shoot. I'm looking, and this is why sometimes, like, you have to record gameplay, because, like, if you look at the match stats and the highlights tell lies. Because some people say, well, why do you think the match stats tell lies? Well, you're going to see at the end of this game, you're going to see that the match stats can tell lies. And this is why a lot of people who have problems with issues with FIFA can't even get their issues, like, resolved. Because you've got to prove, first of all, what happened to you. And it's almost impossible to prove what happened to you. Look at that. Did you see the player's header right there? That doesn't make any sense. Where's he heading the ball to? Where's he heading the ball to? He's heading the ball to nowhere. He's just like, if that was my defenders now facing that header, that is swinging straight into the net. No questions asked. The goalkeeper wouldn't even try to save it. I'd literally just be watching that sink into the net. Now, at this point, you're thinking, plus, why are you still playing this game? You already know the server's giving it to you. Well, I just wanted to carry on playing. I was hoping. We're at the 85th minute, so we're almost there. At this point, Francesco, I'm not sure, Francisco. And, this is someone that parles Italiano, so don't get me wrong, I understand, but I've never seen that. Francisco EA. So I go into my team. I'm showing you guys that I'm not playing with constant pressure, because I wanted to show that, because I wanted people to see that I'm not on constant pressure. I come out, and I'm still scratching my head because I don't know what else to do. The guy's paused the game. He's paused the game. I didn't pause the game. He got shocked that I scored a goal, so he paused the game. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, oh, God, I hate these people that do this. It's like mind games. He knows that I'm coming at him. He's worried because he's tired of playing the game. Probably thinks I've scored 5 goals. This guy will never score 5 goals. I scored 4, and he's thinking, whoa, this guy's serious about beating me. I'm not serious about beating him. I just wanted to have video to show you guys to see this is what's going on in the game. Look at Pato's fitness. Look at Götze. Look at Nine Golden. Look at Milenko Savic. Look at everybody's. And look at Sturridge that came on. Look at Fellaini. Fellaini's dead on his feet. Everybody is dead. Sturridge, who came on after some of his players. Sturridge's fitness is already lower than some of his players that have played 90 minutes. Now, how do you explain this? I want to sit down and say, yeah, okay, I believe what's going on here, but come on, yeah, you got to admit there's something not quite right here. I'm not playing with constant pressure. My team clearly is drained of fitness. My defenders will never get to his players. Look at that. Look at that. Did you see that? Come on. This is absolutely crazy. Like, either the game is playing against me. Now, I know people are going to say again, plus you are rushing your play. I'm frustrated, dude. I'm going to either come out of this video that you're watching to punch you in the face in a second if you don't stop making stupid comments, or you need to understand I'm frustrated. That's why that's happening. So I came through the game. I was like, all right, okay, I'm already angry enough. Let me have a look at the stats because the stats don't lie. So obviously you guys can see the score. It's 4-5. But look at the stats. What? Now, I didn't score any own goals. Or so I thought at this point, because I was like, wait a second. I didn't score an own goal. Did I score an own goal? Shots on target, 3. And goals scored, 4. That doesn't make any sense. Now, the only logical explanation to this is that when you hit the post, because one of my goals was where it hit the post and went in, it counts that not as a shot on target. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Because if you're telling me that every shot that I have on target, because that went on the underside of the goal. So from my perspective, I think that's a goal that was on target because obviously it does hit the ball. For the ball to go in, it pretty much has to be at an angle, because you can't hit the ball at an angle that is outside or outwards of the post, and it will still go in. So technically, if it's on the internal side of the post, it will bounce into the goal. And that means that it has to be on target, because if it hits the post and goes out, then it's off target. So, in fact, for it to go in to the net, it has to be on target, because even if it clings off the post, the rebound makes it on target. So, how do I score 4 goals and still end up off target? This is the update, guys. Obviously, if you guys like these update videos that I keep on making every time EA drops an update, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video on social media, send it to EA, ask EA what the hell is going on, because I can't explain this to myself. I can't explain this to you, and I feel like this is such a bad thing. Anyway, guys, this has been your boy Plus, and we are signing out.